All right, what's up, everybody? Back with another arena tournament today. I'm going to be playing my first in-person event. It's a somewhat competitive event. It's called Chess Night. It's in Lehigh, Utah. It's about 30 minutes south of where I currently live. But it is five minute blitz. I'm not sure if they do an increment or not. I was gonna come on and practice 5-0 blitz chess, just to practice, get used to not having an increment in case they don't. And then saw there was a 5-0 blitz arena going on, so we're gonna hop into that. It's been going on for a little bit now. I've got an absurdly large coconut water here that I've been sipping on for a while now, so we're gonna keep doing that, and hopefully get a good warm up in with some 5-0 chess. Get to play some people at a bunch of different ratings, as I typically do, as I'm sure I'll do at the event tomorrow. I think we're recording. Hopefully audio's coming through. A little slow here. There we go. Should pick up a little bit now. I'm gonna bump. I'm never quite sure how loud the desktop audio is. Try bumping that up a little bit. Got someone pretty close to my rating level here. Gonna attack this pawn, expecting bishop e3. Might follow with e5. Think I will. I'm pushing here, I don't mind it. My intent is to castle. Still got audio. Let's try that again. I think we're still recording. We're back temporarily. I may be losing battery on my mouse, which is going to make this pretty interesting. That'd be a good start to the stream. Let's take here. Then I'm going to go f5. Not sure what happened there. I'm glad the quick unplug and plug back in worked, because I didn't have much else in the way of ideas after that. So I think just f4 here. f4 takes. I don't really see a reason not to. You go ahead and pre-move that capture. Need to be a little bit better. I'm going to try to focus in these games on trusting my instinct a bit. I'm probably not going to play for too long. Probably go for half an hour or so. Here I could go knight c5. Don't want to push yet. Bishop h6. Knight c5. Knight f6. Knight f6. I don't love that. I'm going to start with knight c5. If white pushes, here, queen b1. Takes. I'm going to drop back. I think that's a move that maybe works, but for the sake of practicing with time, I'm going to try not to focus on it too much. Maybe go knight b6, try to attack this pawn. And go and pre-move that one again. Maybe I shouldn't pre-move since I don't get to do that in over the board games. I don't know if that's a worthwhile method of practice or not to avoid pre-moves online. Bishop up. It doesn't feel overly useful. I'm going to start with this. Could see white going all in on the queen side. Not too concerned about it. I need to find a good way to get my pieces in the game a little bit more. Queen there makes some sense. I was going to move my king out of the way anyways. I'm not really concerned about the queen on this diagonal. I think more so to get my knight in. was the thought process there. Just because it's not holding too much together at the moment. We'll start with that. I could go queen g5. It doesn't do much for me, but it's certainly a move. I maybe should have looked at takes a bit sooner there. Let's just go queen e7. Need to be mindful if the queen's not protecting the bishop of doing an exchange sack. Let's bring the rook up. I'm sure this is coming. Takes, we'll take. I think king h8 is going to come in handy here. If on pushes, I'm not going to have to worry about any discoveries. That's interesting. Okay. Here, don't I have this? So I think I'm just going to take here. Okay. Interesting. Not what I was expecting there. Bishop can definitely be exploited here. But I think bishop e5 makes a lot of sense, especially after that move. White has no way to cover this square. I was thinking queen g5, looking for h5, trying to pin the bishop. King can always sidestep. But the bishop, not getting trapped there, but would at least open it up. But I think bishop e5, creating a way into the king. Okay, so that hangs the rook in a couple different ways. I think it just depends on where I want the king to be. I can give a check, and it's still hanging the rook. Check, king here, check. And then I take. Or I could just take it outright. I think I like the check first. I think I want the king on that side. And to reiterate, I knew that the rook was hanging there. I wanted the king here in case the queen moves to give myself a check. Because if I take the rook outright, I don't have any checks with the king here. Force a trade. That looks pretty good. All right, now we need speed. That is all we need. Need to be careful not to play too defensive, for sure. Gotta be careful about this. I will probably let white take and then push. Let's go here. Okay. Fine with that move. Opening it back up for the bishop. h5, I'll probably jump the knight in. Other knight. I'm going to just do that now. No reason not to. That pawn's hanging. Happy to see that move. White takes. Obviously going for the flag. Focus is just going to be to get that bishop out of there. Looking for a fork right now. Yeah, I'm going to get it. I was going to say, based on white playing this out, I assume that I am not getting a I'm just going to go and take that pawn. Couldn't care less about any of my pieces right now. Goal here is mate. Take all the pieces, doesn't matter. Yeah. A little annoyed that that was played out, but I guess over the board that's probably reasonable to expect too. It's always different online, especially with pre-moves. I feel like at a certain level, which that guy certainly was at, he was almost 1700. Down that much material. Stalemates, I guess, are fun to play for. All right, I'm fairly familiar with the theory up until this point. So obviously I take the pawn. It feels risky. Start with this. And then here, queen c4, what's the response? Queen f3 is probably better. Let's go queen f3. That makes sense. Was here better for that reason? I don't think so. Let's shove the queen back to e2. Keep it protecting. Here I think I'm going to be more than happy to offer a trade. If black is so interested. They are. Just castle. I don't think I want to consider... I don't think I want a castle. I guess let's start there. I don't think I want a castle. Here, pawn. Okay, yeah. I guess we can threaten this. Check. Based off the slow response, it seems like black overlooked that. I need to look at the theory for this more. I very willingly go into the knight attack. The first 7 or so moves there. Take that, attack the queen, see where it wants to go. Queen here to hit the pawn. Yeah. Certainly see the point. Queen takes, I can give a check. Man, it doesn't look good. Here, rook takes. Check. And I'm sure I don't have much there. Check first. Man. Not ideal. Okay, start with a check. See where that king wants to go. Here would be interesting. Probably works out just fine. Seems gutsy, but why not? Take. I don't think I have anything sneaky there. Yeah. Yep, that makes a whole lot of sense. Try and drop back and play a little bit of defense here. I mean, there's no way this works, but, you know, what the heck. Check. Check. Is it getting dicey? Surely not. Check again. Does the king run? Here. Man, I don't think I have much. This is interesting, but I don't think it really does anything, because after that I still don't have any checks. Other than the knight back, king here, and then I'm SOL. I can block the rook. But man, yeah, what does that do? Gives me a check here. It's an interesting move. I don't see much else, and I'm running out of time. Let's hit this rook, see where it wants to go. Okay. Just attack it again. That rook's going to have to step back. That's a good move. Great move. This is not playable, but we're going to go for it anyways. Because I don't really see much else. Let's step up. Knight's hanging. Everything's hanging. Don't think that works. I was going to say. Yeah. Man. I wonder if I may have just gotten outplayed there. That felt like black was definitely in theory a little bit longer than I was. And that one hurt me. Let's I'm gonna open up the archive just so I can review that one at the end. Just because I feel like I've been getting that move sequence more and more. More people willing to go into that attack, and I certainly haven't been as successful as I was previously. Definitely something I need to pick up on. This guy's got a cute profile picture. Argentina. All right, here I'm going to go knight c6. Always like to see if they're going to go for the scholar's mate. If so, we'll plop that knight right on e5. I don't know why my mouse and webcam kicked off. I assumed it was battery, but obviously they're working fine right now. All right, white's playing a little aggressive. Decent move so far. Go knight f6 first. Don't want to fall to this. Now we'll pin the knight, expecting h3. Take. Jump the knight in. Bishop here. Knight up. Okay, let's castle. Go and premium that with check. Probably look for a little expansion on the king or queen side. Okay. Guess I won't pre-move in case they decide to block with the rook. I don't think I have much else to exploit at the moment. We're just going to try to expand a little bit. That's fine. Bishop can get tucked away, but I could still push here, actually. Let's go rook b8. I'm going to look for this. Rook there makes sense. White's playing good so far. How to keep making progress. Maybe look for queen f6. Knight jumps back. That makes sense. I'm going to drop the bishop back as well. Probably look to expand still. With b4, I don't know if that wholly discourages me from b4. I'm going to get a nice square on c5 for my knight. Yeah, I'm still going to go for that. I'll pre-move. Take there. Okay. Move makes a lot of sense. Let's go a5. Certainly still go b6. Knight c4 with a little bit of protection. Maybe d5 makes some sense after I move the knight. Give myself a nice square. Seems like a decent plan. If takes, we would take back. So here, this essentially, I think, accomplishes the same thing that I was already looking for. It's giving me the ability to play d5 without even needing to trade. Pawn here, and we're going to look for this. We go like queen d7, rook c8 to give the knight some support other than the queen. Queen moves off this diagonal. Obviously, that's going to hang the bishop after b3. Knight back. Okay. Here, let's start with this. Knight here, we'll go queen e7. Defend the pawn. And then I'm thinking rook c8, knight c4. Okay, here I can just go knight c4 immediately. Queen's not threatening to take. And I'm threatening this. If rook tries to come over, I have a fork on e3. This rook blocks, I probably just go rook c8. Start to consider things like bishop h6. We're putting a little bit of pressure on white here. Move makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I'm going to go queen h4 now. My rook covers the pawn. Knight's no longer attacking it. Consider bishop h6 first, but after g3, I'm going to have to break open my own kingside pawns to get through. So I like queen h4 first. If white tries to defend, like queen f3, we can start to put a little more pressure on. g3 obviously doesn't work there because it takes, unless the king bumps up first. But the moves like bishop h6 become a little more dangerous. Yeah, queen here giving my knight the ability to jump in. Now white's going to have to move that queen just to threaten it. And I don't know how well that's going to work out. They do play this move. I'm going to go bishop h6. Here I take. I don't think there's anything to taking. Do I have any fun sacks? I don't think so. Maybe takes. That's actually takes. Bishop takes. Rook takes. I don't think the exchange works, but man, it is tempting. I'm going to give it a try. Fairly confident it doesn't work, but I'm trying to generate something. Bishop takes, I think I'm going to take on f4. I'm going to review this game after too. Takes, takes, takes. Don't think I can take that. Yeah, it didn't work. Definitely missed bishop takes c4 at the end. White's finding all the right moves here. Certainly. I need a way to protect my rook on this square, but I'm not going to find it. I'm going to try to bring the rook over. They just push. Wow. I mean, yeah, all right. Sure. Let's go rook here first. They're playing tough. Let's bring the rook in. And I'm just not quite holding on there. Gotta make a move here. Let's go here. This doesn't really work. Just winning on time. That one seems silly to me. I think that White definitely played far above their rating there. I don't think I played great, but I felt like I played solidly. We'll take a look at that one after as well. Oh, that was a mouse slip. Whoo! That's what I get for taking a drink at the start. All right, we get to play without a pawn. Should be fun. Probably not going to castle kingside. It's a gambit. It's always a gambit. Let's go knight c6. e5. Push will drop back. Still probably going to end up following a pretty similar plan to what I normally do here. Let's go rook g8. Try and dissuade White from castling kingside, which I think they are going to try to avoid. Pretty okay with takes there. They castle kingside. I don't think I immediately want to do this. Here I'm going to push. And I'll take. take. White can't castle now. I don't know if that's really to my benefit. Let's jump the bishop up here. Makes sense. Definitely trying to take the sting out of something like a bishop h3. This pawn's hanging though too. It's not great. Not loving it at the moment. All right, white definitely has a better pawn structure here. Have to give him that. I'll take. And then work the knight in. Got to get the bishop in the game. Yep. Okay, let's protect it. Do I have a better approach here? I really don't think so. Let's target that pawn. That makes sense. Probably push here. It's going to take white at least a couple moves to... I was going to say if they take, make use of the square that's left behind, but I don't have any interest in doing that. I think probably just push here. Get the bishop in. Got to try for something. Could have also considered knight up. That probably would have been a stronger plan. Regretting that one a little bit. Would have hung the pawn there, but... Okay, let's poke a little bit. We don't have to cover this pawn anymore. Yeah, knight's tough. It's a great defender, but unless white moves their bishop, it's stuck on that pawn. Rook up. Okay. Yeah, and I don't have another way to get to it, and I really don't want to lose that pawn. Let's play a bit of a waiting move. Okay. We'll take the pawn. I don't think white needed to do that. I think they probably could have walked their king the other way. And gotten out of that just fine. Ooh, that was loud. Here, I like this move. White's going to come try to jump the knight in. I think I just play king d6 and ask them where they're going to go. Can't defend that pawn. It'd be a mistake, I think, to ignore it, play here, let them take with check. This should be a pretty straightforward path to victory. Take this pawn, push it down the board. What's the threat there? Check here doesn't do much, right? Just taking that pawn, that's the idea. My assumption is that white doesn't have time for that. Here, I'll move the king up. It's coming anyways. Bishop here. Knight here. Whoops, hung the knight. Okay. Have to take. Here. Push, we go f7. h5, bishop h6. Knight takes. It's a good move. Here, I think we'll just offer the trade, though. No way to defend that pawn. You can trade, but it gives me another passer. It was a decent try by white, but I don't think it quite works out. We're up on time. Should be fairly clean. They just queen. That makes sense. Pre-move that capture well. We'll stick with the spirit. I won't pre-move it. Knight here. Okay. Just see where that knight wants to go. And right now I've got a pretty decent blockade. The king can't get past that knight. I think I can take. Take and back. We cut off both these squares from the king. King can't get over here. These squares are all cut off. These squares are cut off. And gotta watch out for that. No forks. Don't give up any forks. King up here. Yeah, okay. Give a check. Take that. With the knight not there, I'm going to push. Knight doesn't want to jump again. Let's go here. Take that. Oh my gosh, I lost on time. Oh. Next game. Dang it. It's the most frustrating thing. Did this one get pulled up? No, it was this guy, right? Yeah. All right, knight f3. Are we gonna get another practice run at it? Knight here? No, we don't. All right. Stick to my typical line. h6, we get the kind of opposite. They're pretty fearful of bishop g5 there. Typically pretty happy to offer the trade here. Gives me the option to play d4, open file for the rook. Generally something I'm pretty happy with. That seems interesting. I will happily take that square for my knight, and this pawn is weak. Rook here. I'm going to double up here. And we're going to push. Knight in, we'll push again. I think this is probably certainly playable from... Yeah, why not? Take. Here. Yeah, I'm going to go for it. Should at least be able to win f7 if they go for that trade. So here I take. Pawn takes, I assume. Rook takes. Take. Pawn has to take. Now we just have to get in. And how do we get in? That is the question, and I guess that's the point Black wants to make us prove. Knight back, queen b2, rook b8. How do we make progress? That will certainly be the question. Black really can't make progress either. But I think I'm going to start with queen b5. Okay. That feels like a weakening move. Okay. Knight here is fine. I'll step up. That pawn's still solid. Bishop isn't going anywhere. What's the point there? I don't see it. You just gonna step to the side again? Or drop back for rook f8? Yeah. Here. Whole lot of positioning going on right now. That is a bit obnoxious. Let's go h4. Knight here, probably just step up. Whoa. Okay. Let's just push again. That pawn can't go anywhere. I could probably just go g4 too. That one's not really a concern. Pushes g4. Yeah, f5 looks, it's one of those moves I think that looks nice. Thinking that, oh, white takes, and then you get to open up the file for your rook, but I don't have to take. Right now, for that to be at all beneficial, the queen would have to come do something over here. Yeah, and here I'm going to push again. Black could also just push, which is quite the move. Step to the side here. Don't think I'm going to have any trouble winning that pawn back. Takes queen here. Could even consider ignoring the pawn, bringing the queen in. It's a bit dicey. It's got a little bit sharper. Okay. Yeah. I feel like black definitely has the edge a little bit here. Thinking about bringing the king up. Trying to make some room for my queen to get out of the way. Keeping my eye out for stuff like this. I don't think that should work. Let's go here. Here, queen b3, takes. And let's take this way. Definitely butchered. Man. Check, gotta drop back. Check again. Yeah. Poorly done. Trade works out. You just take, offer a trade. Why not? I don't think I have any hidden traps here. Yeah, we'll just resign this one. They don't take for whatever reason. Get the doubled passer. Let's come in here. This doesn't work, but we're going to try it anyways. That may have been a misstep on black's part. Take. Yep. I don't really have a good option here. I just take. Yeah, I'm stuck. Oh, yeah. All right. We'll go one more game. That was pretty poor. Do my traditional hemorrhaging of rating points in the arena tournaments. Another e4, e5. Consistent. Here we'll go knight c3. We got three different approaches by black to it though. Yeah, bishop here, also a safe move. It's a fine move. I feel like it's slightly unnecessary. It's a different move order, but it's kind of in my mind, anticipating something that white isn't at all forced to do. At the end of the day, it doesn't really make a difference, though. They auto-resign, I'll hop on a new one. I don't know why that happened. I don't know what's going on here. Countdown's at 0. But nothing's happening. Guess we'll hang on. Hopefully we don't have to sit here and wait for 4 minutes. I don't have that much to talk about. I would hop into the other reviews, but I don't know if chess.com like docks you for looking at analysis during games. They probably do. Little castle. So knight here is obviously coming. I don't know if I'm overly opposed to it, though. Let's take here. And I'm going to jump the knight in. And I think black here could go here. Yep. I think that move is just fine. And I'm going to go ahead and start prepping for the rook over. Kick the knight. They're going to try to force takes to attack this pawn. Don't think we're going to let that happen. Black could always just move the bishop out of the way to make room for the queen. Probably not a bad idea. I'm going to bring the rook over. Jump the knight up here. That feels highly unnecessary. Be more than happy to double black up there. Bishop here with the thought that you're attacking the pawn. I don't think that really does anything. Here I'll just drop the bishop back. Doesn't change the position. Drop the king back to safety. This pawn's hanging, but very delicately. Here we're going to take. Thinking maybe here now. Actually, I like this move. This move looks a lot better. Looking for that. Queen here would make a lot of sense. Queen there makes less sense. This doesn't look good for me. Have to be careful. I think I'm forced to go here. Here, rook, here. Check. And we're running. It's probably our only option. I think I should stay safe here though, and we'll have some counterattacking chances for sure. I think it could have been a little more dangerous had black just taken. And then at least check here, check. And I guess black's not quite picking up the rook for free just because this is going to come, and surely that's pretty nasty. Here I think take, and then let's just take here. I don't think I want to give that to black. Thinking about take, and then queen up. This move looks pretty good. Threatening checkmate. Queen here. And that should win material. That's another good move. Do I have any tactics here? It's not looking like it. Could always just come hit the bishop. Here, rook here. Maybe just back and pin that pawn on the queen. It's a little interesting. Not seeing another great option at the moment, so I'm going to try that. F4 is interesting. Yeah, just as aggressive as the position looks, I think unfortunately I just don't really have anything. Seems like black is willing to just give me that pawn. Queen up, maybe looking to pivot. Maybe we just go here. Looking for rook takes h5. Here I think I just double. Yeah. Still got to be careful. Rook here. I still don't think I have anything like check. I'm going to keep my option open here. Check here. Man. King back. It's got checks, but they do stop there. Now this move actually works. And then we get mate. Found the tactic at the end, but wow. All right, let's stop there, and I'm gonna go do a review. We'll do that one first. Did find that tactic at the end, which thankfully was nice. Didn't play great. Let's go through the game here. Fine up until this point. It doesn't like king h2. Yeah, so it just wants me to keep black from doubling my pawns. And then maybe just take. makes sense. I think that does look a lot better, especially I can think about going f4, which actually computer says is the best move. Okay, that checks out. Knight x5, xh5 was a miss. So it says I should have something better here. Is it just take? Yeah. Okay. I'm sure similar. FXG. Okay. Slightly better position there. And then I guess thankfully I found the right moves here. King getting out of checkmate. That was a miss. I did have a tactic here. Yeah, that's a good move. I missed that one. I think the point being, I guess the computer will tell me if I'm wrong, but I assume here takes, rook takes, or rook to block, rook g1 here. So that actually, yeah, it doesn't work because the rook takes g7, takes, and the pin. Queen g4 is what it says the best move is. Interesting. All right, missed a nice tactic there, but still had a winning position. Didn't miss anything here. Definitely just missed taking the rook there. Not sure what I was thinking there, but did at least find the tactic. With the rook sack, which not a hard tactic to find, but all right, this was, let's just start the review here. This was the knight attack. Bishop takes is wrong. Okay, I gotta remember that. Just bishop back. It seems so passive though. Bishop e7, what's the idea here? Just develop. Knight e4 offer a trade. Castles. Taking is better. And then just castle myself. Seems delicate. I guess black has some isolated pawns. Maybe that's the thought. But shoot, you can see where I fell apart here a little bit. Knight d7 is a good move. Rook back. Queen f3 is a miss. Queen c4. I was thinking queen f3 is the correct move. Suppose it makes sense that it's not. Queen c4, rook here doesn't work because I take here just allows rook f3. So that was wrong. Oh, I'd given a pope on the rook. I'm sitting here. I missed knight b3. Yeah. That was bad. That move holds just about everything together, I think. Take here. Then we just block with the knight. Yeah, so I missed that opportunity to hold everything together. Did I miss anything here? No, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, I thought it wasn't a good try to simplify everything down, but all right. Missed up a little bit there in the opening and then missed a nice defensive opportunity. This one, my opponent evidently didn't play that great. I just didn't play very good either, which is surprising. I wonder what it says. You may not use analysis while playing chess. Well, it is a good thing I'm not playing chess. 1550 with, we had that many mistakes just towards the end. So it was a really solid game here. See, I think this was the part I was most proud of. I feel like I maneuvered well here. The engine clearly does not think so. I definitely missed the opportunity there. And then, yeah, they just ran out of time here. Okay. So evidently a very solid game up until this point, and then somehow we both just made a ton of mistakes. Looked like a pretty natural game to me. Obviously the exchange sack was not good. I've got to do better in my calculations. On the rook sack here, I saw through to this point. I just missed rook or bishop takes c4, which is silly as an intermediate move. My thought was that makes no sense. I've got the attack here. White's going to take. I'm going to take. I've got some pressure here. But white just takes the knight, and I'm down a piece and a pawn at this point, I think. Yeah, white found... The engine calls them mistakes. It felt like white found some good defensive moves there, but all right. Anyways, not the best performance. Let me go back to the archive, remember how well I did, or how poorly. When did I start? 5 minutes. We started with the 5 minutes today. So I was 3-3 against all opponents rated lower than me. Yeah. Good warm up for tomorrow. Those arena tournaments are hard though. I swear that if I just quickly join Blitz games against people that are my rating, I perform better than I do in arena tournaments. Maybe it's me too. I don't know. Anyways, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you in the next one.